48 hours from now, a court in Dominica will decide whether fraudster Mehul Choksi will be extradited to India or will he be sent back to Antigua. There's mystery surrounding why Choksi went to Dominica in the first place. And at the center of this mystery is a woman. The Antiguan Prime Minister claimed that this woman is Choksi's girlfriend, who he took on a romantic getaway. The diamond merchant's lawyer alleges that the woman was part of a gang that abducted Choksi and took him to Dominica. So what's the truth? Here's our lead story tonight.
A pleasure trip with his girlfriend on a yacht, lured by a woman and then abducted to Dominica, or escaped to Cuba gone horribly wrong. Mehul Choksi missing from the Caribbean nation Antigua and surfacing in Dominican custody 2 days later. Replete with multiple unanswered questions, claims and counters. India today has learned that Choksi was indeed with a girl when he landed in Dominica and that it appears to be a case of being honey-trapped. Sources say the woman was staying in Antigua and sometime back started meeting Mehul Choksi during his morning and evening walks. She also befriended him and later on May the 23rd called him to an apartment to meet her. But when Choksi reached the apartment, many people were already there who allegedly abducted, kidnapped and took Mehul Choksi to Dominica, where he was arrested. Choksi's lawyers, however, say the girl was part of the team which was involved in the alleged abduction and torture of Choksi.
एक महिला थी जो उनके पड़ोस में आके रहती थी और फिर उन्होंने शिफ्ट कर लिया था, तो उनकी फैमिली में भी आना जाना था। इवनिंग में वॉक पे मिल जाते थे दोनों आपस में। तो जो है इन्होंने वो लेडी पहले शिफ्ट हुई थी और जो पूरा पता चल रहा है कि वो भी इस ऑपरेशन का हिस्सा थी। तो इनको ट्रैप करने के लिए वो लेडी को सीड किया गया था।
The revelation comes days after Antiguan Prime Minister Gaston Brown claimed that Mehul Choksi had fled to Dominica on a romantic trip with his girlfriend.
The information that we're getting now is that he may have taken his girlfriend to Dominica, probably to dinner to have a good time and so on, and got caught. Now, that would have been a monumental error.
Amidst the twists and turns, India today has accessed a fresh set of Choksi pictures from the Dominican hospital where he was admitted. Choksi is seen with apparent injury marks on his body, which his lawyers claim are due to beating and electric shocks given to him.
बॉडी पे इतनी सारी इंजरीज हैं, आपने देखा फेस पे इतनी सारी इंजरीज हैं, आंख फूटी हुई है। तो ये जो इंजरीज हैं ये इलेक्ट्रिकल शॉक से दी गई इंजरीज हैं और ये जेन्युइन इंजरीज हैं। और जब उनको उठाया गया फोर्सिबली या एंटीगा से और यॉच पे रखा गया और फिर पुलिस स्टेशन ले जाया गया, तो ये उस बीच के दौरान की ये सारी की सारी इंजरीज हैं।
Choksi may also have used forged papers to escape Antigua with his girlfriend. India today spoke to the travel firm believed to have ferried him to Antigua. The firm under fire now claims it never transported Choksi or his girlfriend.
Based on the photos that are circulating, I did not see anybody of that look on this particular boat, or not the boat or anybody that we did clearances for. Nevertheless, this boat that came in did not have any woman on board.
The Antiguan Prime Minister earlier claimed that Choksi has been bribing the opposition there to escape extradition. The claim was, however, denied by local politicians.
What is happening here, is that they are literally defending the campaign money. So here's a situation in which Choksi had the best law firm representing him. But some UPP individuals befriended him, started to take money from him, small contributions. And he promised them big contributions since they told him that they will get their UPP lawyers to get him off the hook. And that if they win the next general elections, that they will protect him.
When Mr. Choksi was taken to Dominica, our understanding is that he eventually was detained, but the persons who brought him there were never detained. But the fact that only he was detained would suggest that those who brought him there had some form of cover. And I wouldn't want to prejudge the matter, but I'm simply saying that that's a question that I would want to see answered.
Choksi's Caribbean caper is no less than a Bollywood thriller. Did the star fraudster himself fall victim to an elaborate fraud or staged an elaborate stunt to hoodwink India once again? With Geeta, Mohan in Delhi, Bureau Report, India Today.
Joining me live on this broadcast tonight from Dominica is Carlisle. He's a local reporter who's engaged with India Today for these days as we track the fate of Mehul Choksi. With us also on this broadcast is our Foreign Affairs editor, Geeta Mohan, who's leading our coverage. And we've got Munish Pandey, who's tracking the CBI and the Enforcement Directorate. Carlisle, I'll come to you first. Give our viewers a sense of what's happening in Dominica. Where is Mehul Choksi at this time? There's a big court hearing Wednesday. Before that, what are you picking up about what's most likely to happen in this court hearing?
Well, let me say, I'm not sure what time it is in India. It should be probably evening. It's morning time in Dominica. I am standing outside the courtroom in Rosa Dominica. At the back of me, right at the back of me, this is the local courtroom. And that is where the court matter is going to be held on Wednesday. As I speak with you, Mehul Choksi is warded at the hospital in Rosa Dominica. This whole situation seems to be a soap opera. We are hearing many things. It is turning, it is twisting. Questions are being asked. People are calling the talk shows. They're asking various questions as to what happened, what transpired. No one seems to know exactly the whole truth as to what is going on. What I can tell you, though, is that the whole matter just seems to be more and more confusing. What we expect to happen on Wednesday, when the court matter comes up on Wednesday, here in this courtroom at the back of me, is that Mehul Choksi's lawyers are expected to put up a claim as to what is going to happen. We are hearing also in Dominica that there is a jet which has landed at the Douglas Charles Airport in Rosa Dominica with what they purport to have court papers. Also, just ahead of me, and if I turn my camera just on this other side, you will see at the back of me, the Fort Young Hotel is also at the back of me. So at the back of me is the Fort Young Hotel. As I turn across, we have the courtroom. So where the Fort Young Hotel is, it is our understanding from India who will live there for a number of days. I have gone across there. The manager has stated that, yes, there were two persons, but he's not prepared to say much. Also, with this whole boat soap opera that is going on, Cobra Andrew O'Brien, he seems to know some things, but he is saying that, look, I was not the individual who brought this gentleman to Dominica. What is interesting, though, is that he is warded at the Emery Ward at the Douglas Charles Airport, which is just about 10-15 minutes away from where I am standing.
Hold that thought, Carlisle. I want to go across to Geeta Mohan. Geeta, if this was a novel, it'll make for a gripping read, but this is real life. Now we are hearing of this mystery woman who I initially dismissed as being a bogey. Then we heard the Prime Minister speak about this woman, so she clearly exists, and lo and behold, Munish Pandey was able to pull out from his sources in the agencies images of what the mystery woman potentially looks like. That's at least what the Indian investigative agencies believe. So what is it? Is she like a genuine girlfriend, a woman he befriended? Is this some kind of a honey trap that had been set? The lawyers said there were goons waiting and they abducted him and brought him from Antigua to Dominica. You've been tracking the story most closely in our newsroom. What have you figured out so far about what's most likely to have happened, Geeta?
Well, Rahul, it was a female friend who befriended Mehul Choksi, and there were days on where they would go for morning and evening walks, according to reports by Munish Pandey, ending up with an abduction. Now, most of the case and the narrative is leaning towards Mehul Choksi having been abducted. So there was motive there in having him abducted, but the Antigua Prime Minister Rahul very clearly said that there was no ransom call. So it was not an abduction for ransom. So what is it for? What was it for? He ends up in Dominica. He ends up hurt, bruised, and completely bashed up. We do not know how he got those bruises. We do not also have the medical reports to suggest that indeed it was torture or whether it was self-inflicted. We don't have all those details on us. What we do know is that the Dominican government says he entered illegally. If he entered illegally, then the question again arises, which is a question that Antiguan opposition leaders, as also skeptics within Dominica, are asking, that how come a man who sought help from so many quarters ends up in Dominica hurt and is the only sole person arrested? What about the others, his accomplices, the woman, the goons who helped the woman beat him up, abduct him, and then take him to Dominica? So there are a lot of loopholes in this entire narrative. It just seems for now, Rahul, that each and every principal, each and every player or stakeholder in this entire story is trying to build a narrative for his or to his or her own interest.
So, Munish Pandey, you're speaking to sources in the ED and the CBI. What are they telling you? What do they know about this mystery woman who seems to have trapped Mehul Choksi, as it were, brought him in? Or is there some truth to the buzz that this is some kind of an intelligence operation and they were hoping to bring him to India and this is part of that larger plan and that's how he's moved from Antigua to Dominica? Or are we just watching too many serials on Netflix and Amazon?
Well, Rahul, as far as the first part is concerned, existence of a woman and relation to Mehul Choksi, that part is confirmed first by the Antiguan Prime Minister and then by the lawyers of Mehul Choksi. Now, coming to the main point, whether there was any abduction or not. Remember, there are two officers in the Central Bureau of Investigation and Enforcement Directorate. They have been asked to stay in touch with the officials who are already in Dominica. So, what they are trying to do is they are trying to make a case against Mehul Choksi. All the documents have been given to the officers who have gone to Dominica, and these officers will try to convince the Dominican authorities, the Dominican court, that this man who is in your country is accused of a very serious crime, accused of a very serious economic crime, and he should be sent back to India based on a red corner notice. So there is no point of nationality. As far as this woman is concerned, officials in the Enforcement Directorate and Central Bureau of Investigation, they are saying that no matter what the man is, there are some mistakes by any person. We have seen mistakes by Nirav Modi, we have seen mistakes by Mehul Choksi. Maybe this was a mistake by Mehul Choksi. But as far as this raw theory or operation by the intelligence officials are concerned, everyone is tight-lipped. Many officials are saying that it might have been operation by the Indian authorities, but no one is coming on record. And everyone is saying that this is a golden opportunity for India to bring back Mehul Choksi, because if he goes back to Antigua, the extradition case will stuck for years. And because he is in a third country illegally, he can be brought back and India has a very strong case against Mehul Choksi.
Okay.